scene, he had to do some teaching.
Right.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Teach us about it.
Because he brought in a new thing. I want to get to church to say a new thing.
A new thing.
And people was not familiar with his teaching or his methods or what he had came to this world to do. But he wanted us to prepare ourselves for the kingdom.
Yes, yes.
And, well, what you mean by prepare yourself for the kingdom? It's not going to be any troublemakers up there.
Well,
Come on now.
It's not going to be room for liars and thieves and those that's backbiting each other and things like that. No drug addicts are going to be in heaven.
Come on up.
No womanizers. Menizers.
Not in
if
heaven.
there's such a term. I don't think it is.
not in heaven, really.
You know.
Yes, sir.
So we have to prepare ourselves to go to heaven. I heard the preacher saying, the song is say, do you want to go to heaven?
Yes, sir.
Somebody say heaven was mine, but heaven is a righteous place. That's in the song.
Yeah.
Another one say, it's a prepared place for a prepared people. So what you mean by prepared means that we have to do some changing and some preparations in order to be there.
Yes, sir.
You know, when I was a boy, I grew up right over the tracks. On the other side of the tracks, it was a Puerto Rican and Mexican and Dominican Republic neighborhood, and a few black Frenchmen was there, and they spoke all kinds of languages and stuff like that. And we all had different customs, you know, but we, eventually started eating each other's food.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't think those other people ate the chillings in the hog mouth.
Okay, Pastor.
They wasn't ready.
All right. All right.
And if that was the only thing they were serving in heaven, some of them had to be hungry. They were determined not to eat that. And so what I'm saying is we have to adjust to what heaven is all about. We can't just go up there any kind of way, doing every kind of thing. We used to kill hogs in my backyard and scrape the hair off of them and all that and pass the meat around. They're not doing that kind of stuff.
Oh, no, sir.
And if I go to River Oaks right now and kill a hog, y'all gonna have to send me right meal letter.
Right there.
Down in Huntsville. Because they not going for that.
No.
No, sir.
And so Jesus had started to talk, and he was telling the people by this way, love your enemy as yourself. You know, when I first heard that, I thought something was, that's sound a little crazy. Because in my neighborhood, they say self-preservation was the first law of nature. You know, you wasn't loving someone that's going to beat you up, shoot you. And then Jesus started to talk about turn the other cheek. Then he goes on to tell about who's blessed.
Right.
Blessed are the pure in heart. And blessed is the meek. Blessed is the humble. And all this that. Well, you have to understand, number one, the Jews, they believed that they were the chosen people and they were the only people. Everybody else was enemies. Everybody else was fit for one thing. They was fit for fuel for the fire. So Jesus came in and brought a new day. He said that he opened the way for Gentiles. He started healing. And if you notice in the Bible, the ones that he did the greatest healing on was all Gentiles. Jesus even talked about how the Gentiles had faith and the Jews didn't. Number one, because when they saw Jesus doing that healing, they wanted to be healed too. They didn't care what he was. They wanted deliverance. But the Jews were saying, who do he think that he is.
All right.
And so, on the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus comes in with a lot of things that nobody even heard of before. It surely wasn't the Hebrew or Jewish way.
Well, yeah, that's right.
And so after he got through preaching and telling the people how to believe, how they should do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Y'all know what the black folks say down here. We do unto them before they do unto. Oh, I'm like Elder told
Go
us.
ahead,
Now y'all don't want to talk back, so I'm gonna go on anyway. And so after Jesus got through teaching the Sermon on the Mount, he realized that it was just something else that was left out. And he felt that the people need to be able to respond to the message.
Yes.
Right.
And that's what I say to our church this morning. Many times great messages come forth.
Yes, yes.
But we don't listen to them. We say that it's to someone else. And if Brother Jones was here today, that would have told him up. And we, in other words, we are real generous. We give our message to someone else. We don't take it in for ourselves.
Yeah. All right.
Jesus, he figured out what can I do to make them respond. Well, when you want someone to respond, you got to make it clear to them the situation, or they might respond the wrong way.
All right. That's right.
And so trying to make it clear today, I just want to say to the young ladies that are teenagers now, you are on your way to adulthood if you don't become a victim of some crime or another. And when you reach 12 years old, which most of you already passed that, you reach the age of accountability.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
In other words, if you die now and you're not saved, you're going to hell.
Well,
But if you're saved, you're going to make it into heaven. Very few of us make it into heaven because we don't pay attention when they are given the rules and the regulations how to make it in
that's right. That's right.
to heaven. So I want to share with everybody that's 12 years old or older, you at the age of accountability. In other words, on your death, you're going to have to give an account of what you've done while you were in this body.
Yes.
And if you are 11 or 10, you need to start now preparing for the age of accountability.
Yes.
Yes.
Somebody read Matthew 7, 13 and 14.
Enter ye in at the straight gate. For wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. And many there be which go in thereat. Because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way, which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it.
If I would read it over in another translation, go in through the narrow gate, because the gate to hell is wide, and the road that leads to it is easy, and there are many who travel it. Ella Holiday preached a sermon, The In Crowd, when they had a soul song
All right.
called The In Crowd. I know y'all don't know what y'all can say about your life, but it was a #1 song called The In Crowd, and he tried to let us know that don't choose the in crowd.
Right.
Huh? Let us read 14. But the gate to life, that's eternal life, is narrow. And the way that leads to it is hard. And there are few people who find it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
If I could just talk to you this morning about Only two.
Only two.
I wonder, can I get the church to say only?
Only.
Only two. Heaven or hell? The old preachers would say.
Yes, sir.
It's heaven or hell.
Hell.
It's good or it's evil.
All right.
Huh?
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
It's up
Or down.
Down.
or it's down.
Top pastor.
Huh? It's being with the Lord or being with Satan.
All right. All right.
I want to share this with the churches that many times we are faced with the either or decision. We got to make this decision.
Yes, sir.
You either go to work and get a paycheck,
Well,
or you don't go to work and get fired.
yeah.
Huh? You either pay your house note or don't pay it
Right.
and get foreclosed.
Yeah.
Huh? But there are times that we must make a decision. The prodigal son, when he came to himself, he realized that he had two choices. He could stay there in the hog pen, or he could gather his little bag and put it in a matchbox and go home
That's it.
to his father.
There you go.
We are faced with the either or decisions. But I just want to share with you that Jesus talks about this wide road. This wide road, you don't have to make a decision to be on it.
All right.
The sad part about it is many of us in here today is already on that
Come on.
broad road.
All right.
You don't have to make a decision, because when you are born and you get about 3 years old and begin to talk and begin to realize the things around you, you start to steal.
Go ahead.
You start to tell lies.
Yes, sir.
Little children get somebody's things, put it in their pocket.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Yeah.
Did you do that? No, ma'am. Yeah, you did it because I was looking right at you. We start to do wrong at an early age,
All right.
which means not knowing to them, they already own the broad path
Yeah.
Yeah.
that leads to hell.
Yes. Yes.
Now when you say, well, how can hell be so bad? Because in Revelation it tells that to those that go to hell, they will spend eternity in a lake of fire
That's what it says.
and brimstone.
All right.
In other words, they're going to be suffering the rest of their life. When they had an opportunity to get their life together, they didn't want to.
No.
You see that you can't take the wrong road, that's the broad way,
Yeah.
and go to heaven.
Yeah.
All right.
And if you on the narrow road going to heaven, you can't wind up in hell,
Well,
because there is two choices and it's two destinations.
that's right.
So what I want to say, when you're on the broad road,
Well.
which is you haven't been converted, you haven't given your life to God, you haven't decided that when you go to church, it means more than donuts and cookies and chips and the chance to play with your friends and to laugh and the stuff, to do texting. You need to be listening. It's not a time to play, but it's a time to worship and try to get your life
Together.
ready with the Lord. I'm going to share with you that one day when I was on Lyons Avenue in Jensen, I was going to my sister worked at a dentist shop upstairs on that corner, and there was a little boy about 9 years old, and he tried to run across the street, and the car hit him. And he laid there at least an hour waiting on the ambulance. Just turn did nobody know what to do? Couldn't nobody do nothing? And he went on and died at that age. But when he decided to run over the road, he never thought that his life would end at that point. And so, not trying to scare the young people today, that God calls the young as well as the old.
Yes, he does.
The young die as well as the old.
Yeah.
So it's important that we prepare our life. Today we need to make a decision as to what road we're going to be on.
All right.
Let me tell you a little more about that broad road. It's a road that you can carry everything. If you want to use drugs, hey,
Well,
no problem. The broad road, come on. Live life. You only go around one time. Live it with gusto. You want to drink some whiskey and some alcohol? Well, hey, it's good.
All right.
Huh? You want to get married and fool around on your mate? Hey, come on. The Broadway, it takes everything. You can bring everything with you. You don't have to get rid of anything. You don't have to stop doing anything. The only bad part about it is it leads to hell.
All right.
And another bad part about it is that many go to the church and still wind up in hell.
All right.
Because Jesus said that you must be
Born again.
born again. When you're born again and you come to church, church has a total different meaning from those that is unsaved. Now, I don't want to stay a long time on it, but I want to share this right here, is that we have to make a decision to get on the narrow road.
that's right.
Now, when Jesus was talking and he was talking about the narrow road, it had the idea of a grape press. They put the grapes in the press and then they closed it up. And as they closed it, the juice dripped out of the grape until it got real narrow and all the juice was out. That was what they called narrow. And they also, it relates to, in some Bibles, straight. Not the straight that we use like a straight arrow, but it was a constricted path. You couldn't take everything with you.
Well,
You had to leave them alcoholic bottles back.
All right.
You couldn't take the marijuana and the synthetic weed
Talk now.
in this,
Talk.
on this road. Because it was only room for you. No baggage. No wrongdoings. Not a bag of dangerous stuff on your back. You had to go there by yourself. There was a song to say that on this road I cling to Jesus and Jesus only. I'm not taking nothing else with me. But there's some benefits of being on that road. Number one is that you please God.
yes.
Because the Bible say, God said, be ye holy, for I am holy.
Yes, yes.
You please God.
That's it.
Then you get God's blessings. When you're sick, you can be healed.
Yes.
When you need deliverance, you can get deliverance.
Yes, sir.
If you're going to jail for something that you didn't do, you can get deliverance. My daddy used to say that on this road, that Jesus was on this road, and he was water in dry places.
Yes.
He was a lawyer in the courtroom and a doctor in the sick room. In other words, some old sisters would sing a song, I find all I need over here in the Holy Ghost. In other words, is that all the things, the blessings that you might want, you can get it on the narrow road. But you got to get rid of all this other junk before you get on it. The Bible says, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and its righteousness, and all this other stuff will be added. Some of just into materialism, cars and all this here, nice houses and nice furniture and clothes and throwing them away every year, getting all new ones and stuff like that. That's materialism. But Jesus even goes on to say that, hey, you can get the desires of your heart. I'm going to supply your needs, but you can get the desires of your heart. It sounds good on this narrow road, but I want to share with you that when you get on the narrow road, you're not in heaven right there. You got to go through some trials. But the Bible says many are the afflictions of the righteous. In Job it says, man born of a woman is of a few days. And that few days are full of trouble. But on the other hand, in the New Testament, the Bible says without faith it's impossible to please God. But when you come to God, you must realize that God is God. And that He's a rewarder of them that diligently seek Him. In other words, when you get on that road, that narrow road, it's not over yet. The decision haven't been made. You got a long walk to heaven. All while you're living, you're walking. But you must walk righteously. You must live right. You must go to church. You must give your life to the Lord. But when you do that, God is going to rain down blessings that you cannot receive. Man, He's going to open up ways for you. He's going to close some doors for you. In other words, the Bible says, take my yoke upon me and learn of me. When you get on this road, you're going to start learning what is necessary to please the Lord. And when you please the Lord, your blessings is unlimited. When you please the Lord, you can call Him in the midnight hour. When you please the Lord, He'll be with you through thick and thin. I don't know about you, but I'm so glad. And one day, two choices, two roads, two gates, two destinations. I just want to say that, I don't know about you, but somebody said, you can have the whole world. But what? I'll take Jesus for mine. Why will you take Jesus for yours in the sky? Because if you get on the narrow path and take Jesus, you're going to wind up in heaven. I don't know about you, but Jesus said that I'm going to prepare a place for you. In my Father's house there will be many mansions. If it was not so, I would not tell you so. But I want to be able to go to heaven, because they tell me in heaven every day will be Sunday. No sadness, no sickness, no sorrow. The Bible says that if you cry, Jesus will wipe your tears away. We're looking for the great day. We're looking for the new Jerusalem. I don't know about you, but I want to see some of you when I get there, because I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I'm on my way to heaven, because I am only a pilgrim traveler in this world. I'm traveling between two long eternities. And one day, at the sounding of the trumpet, I want to be ready to go back to get the Lord. I want to be ready to see Him as He is. I want to say, come on up. Well done, my good and faithful servant. There is a choice when you got on the narrow road. You made a good choice when you decided to take me. You made a good choice and to live your life in holiness. You made a good choice when you got up there Sunday in the church. You made a choice to turn your life around. It was a good choice. I want to hear the Lord say, come on up and get into the joy of the Lord. This morning is a good time for some old people and some young people to decide what road you want to be on. Because if you can't decide what road you're on the broad road leading straight to hell right now. Now the Bible say a fool will never change. In other words, a fool will know he's on the wrong road, but gonna stay on the wrong road. I would just like to share this with you. Your destination is definitely going to be dependent on what road that you take. You cannot take the road to California and wind up in New York or Florida. You have to go east and not west. Today is a good day to say, you know, I've lived this far. We've all seen little children die. You're seeing them on the poster for the cancer hospitals. So many is leaving here.
Yeah.
Just last week, 6 little children
Yes, sir.
lost their lives
Yes,
to a
sir.
man
Yes,
that at
sir.
one time was their stepdaddy.
Right.
And one little boy lost his life. His daddy killed him.
You're right, Pastor.
I ain't
Know
talking
what
about
a
the
day
white
may
folks.
bring.
I'm talking about us. So it's a good time. There was a young man at 12 years old. And he heard the preacher preach the gospel and make an altar call just like I make it now.
Thank you, sir.
And he came to the altar. And the Lord saved him. And he started preaching at 12 years old. His name was Bishop Owens.
Yeah.
He became the leader of the Church of God in Christ International all over. There's another man named Bishop Blake who's over everything right now, all the Church of God in Christ. He was born in the Church of God in Christ. His daddy was a bishop, and when his daddy died, he got his daddy's church. And they didn't want to give it to him because he was too young. Around about 18 or 19, something like that. The people said, oh, people in there, we don't want this boy.
Right.
But Dr. Hines went to Los Angeles and they went to court and they got the church.